As an entrepreneur, motivation is always something that we want to be tapping into. We want to and need to build up that motivation to move in every day and step up into our mission, into our vision. Now, there's 3 sources of motivation that we can tap into. Because motivation is one of those things that it's such an intangible, and if we only tap into one source of motivation, then we're missing out, because there's days where that source of motivation is not there. So what are those 3 sources of motivation? First is our internal motivation. This is when you get up in the morning and you're just ready to conquer the world. This is when you're up in the morning and you just know you're on fire. You know exactly what you want to do, how you're going to do it, and you just go for it. Now, if this source of motivation was always there, that would be amazing. But it's not, is it? This is where we want to tap into the second source of motivation. This is the external source of motivation. So this can be our kids, our family, our clients. When this is not there, we can tap into that motivation. So I remember when I started my business, my kids were really, really young, and I would work at night. And sometimes, like everyone, right? I'd be like, why am I doing this? Like, why don't I just go and get a job like we're normal people? And I would walk into their bedroom and watch them sleep. And I would say, that's why I'm doing this. I want them to learn that you can create your life. I want them to learn, to know, to see that you can create your life according to your rules of life. I want them to know that you can follow your passion, and that's what really life should be about. We all know that sometimes, some days, we're willing to do more for others than we are to be able to do, and that we're willing to do for ourselves. So tapping into that external motivation is another way that we can get back onto the horse and do what we need to do. Now, the third type of motivation is exponential motivation. So there's 2 fundamental needs that we have as humans, evolution and contribution, to make a difference, to matter. So contribution is that exponential. What is the mission that you want to have, that you have? What is the difference that you want to make? It's something that you want to contribute that's much bigger than yourself. It's also your legacy. Because so much more is possible. For me, it's not just my tagline, it is my mission. And it is the door of potentiality that I want to open for myself and for others. And the trip that I just came back from 5 months in Costa Rica was in alignment with, because so much more is possible. And the number of feedback and comments that I got of people actually stepping into their mission, stepping into dreams that they had, that one day I'd like to, and say, you know what? You showed that it's possible, that there's something else. So that third source of motivation is that contribution that we want to make, that difference that we want to make, that legacy that we want to live. It's that message that we carry. So there's days where you will tap into your internal motivation, where you're on fire. There are days that you will tap into your external motivation, doing something for someone else. And there's days where you will tap into the third source of motivation, which is that exponential. Think about it like a house. A house, you can come in from the front door, the side door, the back door. You can even come in by the window. Motivation is the same thing. When you have options, you can tap into motivation. But if you're only relying on one source of motivation, when that's not there, that is when we get stuck. That is when we lose the momentum and we're looking for it, because we're just looking at it from this avenue. My invitation here is tap into the 3 sources of motivation, because different days you'll need different types of motivation. You'll need a different source of motivation. So you can come in by one of those 3 doors. because we all know so much more is possible.